Alright, so in this video I wanted to talk about the Tower of Elements upgrades number 41 through 50 within the Special Element skill tree. So after upgrading your Tower of Elements to level 5, you'll unlock upgrade 41, which will be an 6% HP boost. And then you have the option of going whether down this right or left branch. Really, you can go either way here. It just kind of depends what stats you already have and what makes sense. You're going to get good survivability either way, just from the lifesteal or extra damage resistance. All these other ones are pretty comparable. If you really want to go for HP or attack, you can kind of just take your pick. I personally went for the extra damage resistance, because it has an attack one in it, and then with the extra damage resistance, I already have a bunch of lifesteal, and I've chosen a lot of other extra damage resistance skills throughout here, so I just figure I'd add some more extra damage resistance, and where I have a good chunk of lifesteal just from my talents and then the gear I'm planning to use, that's why I ended up going with the extra damage resistance. When it converges, you'll get an attack upgrade, and then this one is a pretty clear cut. You're going to want to go to this left side, and that's just because you're going to get HP instead of attack, but then either way you go here, you're going to get lifesteal. You're not going to go for that regeneration piece. But what you're really going to want to do is, when you're going to this left side, is grabbing that shield HP. 10% bonus shield HP. It's going to work really nice just with a lot of these other skill upgrades. And so that's the reason you're going to go for the shield HP. It's going to help your survivability a lot. The other side gives you 5% critical multiplier bonus. That's not really going to do much, just in the scheme of things. Then when it converges again, 2% extra bonus damage resistance. And then finally, this final kind of capstone one at level 50, you can get shield regeneration, which is the one I did end up going with. It's probably the most advisable one, and that's just because it's going to pair well with all these other shield upgrade talents you're going to get, as well as a lot of some of that S tier mythic equipment. You can get some good bonus shield HP from those too, so that it just all pairs well together. And so this shield regeneration talent can be really nice. Every 6 enemies you kill, it immediately restores your shield HP rather than waiting for that shield HP regeneration timer. This will also just reboot that shield HP, which is very nice, just helps you stay alive. Your other options are your Reckoning Time, which this one isn't a bad one. Your main target receives Reckoning damage every 4 seconds, dealing 16% of that enemy's maximum HP, or if it's a boss, 4%. This is a fine talent, especially if you're lasting a long time in battles. It can help deal some damage. Really, the only reason why it's generally not advisable is because it only applies to your main target. So if you're trying to just clear a lot of waves, that damage is only going to be dealt to one enemy, and you have to wait every 4 seconds for it to proc anyways. So in general, it's not as good just for clearing waves and stuff. So that's why your shield regeneration, because you're going to be constantly fighting enemies, that will help you a lot more in that regard. And then over to the far right, you have the Dizzy Bullet. The first bullet to hit an enemy inflicts a 2-second stun, ignoring status resistance. That's great, but it just doesn't provide you anything really in addition. All it will do is slow the enemies down. So I definitely would recommend going for the shield regeneration. But thanks for watching. Let me know if you have any questions.